What is going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. So I have a really crazy and deranged story for you today. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and click that subscription button and you make sure you turn on all post notifications so that you're aware when I make new videos. So the true definition of a simp is a person who pursues someone else who is not interested in them. And today we have a story about America's most notorious simp. Yes, the most notorious simp in American history. On March 30th, 1981, a day that could have changed the course of American history forever, outside the Washington Hilton Hotel, President Ronald Reagan waved to the crowd, unaware that just feet away, a young man named John Hinckley Jr. was about to make his move. His motive, not politics, not ideology, but love, or rather, obsession with a Hollywood actress, Jodie Foster. John Hinckley Jr. grew up in an affluent Dallas neighborhood. He was once a popular kid, even elected class president, but by high school, things changed. He became withdrawn, spending hours alone with his guitar and music. After dropping out of Texas Tech, he moved to Hollywood in 1976, hoping to become a songwriter. Instead, he became consumed by the film Taxi Driver, watching it over 15 times. In Taxi Driver, Robert De Niro's character, Travis Bickle, tries to win the affection of a woman by assassinating a presidential candidate. Hinckley saw himself in Bickle. He even mimicked him, wearing army boots, drinking peach brandy, and most disturbingly, identifying with Bickle's violent quest for attention. Jodie Foster played a young prostitute in the film. Hinckley became obsessed. When she enrolled at Yale, he followed her, sending love letters
to the Hilton Hotel. Jodie, I'm asking you to please look into your heart.
Dear Jodie, there is definitely a possibility that I will be killed in my attempt to get Reagan. It is for this very reason that I am writing you this letter now. As you well know by now, I love you very much. Over the past 7 months, I've left you dozens of poems, letters, and love messages in the faint hope that you can develop an interest in me. Although we talked on the phone a couple of times, I've never had the nerve to simply approach you and introduce myself. Beside my shyness, I honestly did not wish to bother you with my consistent presence. I know the many messages left at your door and in your mailbox were a nuisance, but I felt that it was the most painless way for me to express my love for you. I feel very good about the fact that you at least know my name and how I feel about you. And by hanging around your dormitory, I've come to realize that I'm the topic of more than a little conversation, however full of ridicule it may be. At least you know that I'll always love you, Jodie. I would abandon the idea of getting Reagan in a second if I could only win your heart and live out the rest of my life with you, whether it be in total obscurity or whatever. I will admit to you that the reason I'm going ahead with this attempt now is because I cannot wait any longer to impress you. I've got to do it. Something now to make you understand in no uncertain terms that I am doing all of this for your sake by sacrificing my freedom and possibly my life. I hope to change your mind about me. This letter is being written only an hour before I leave for the Hilton Hotel, Jodie. I'm asking you to please look into your heart and at least give the chance with this historical deed to gain your love and respect. I love you forever. John W. Hinckley.
The contents because I don't want to jeopardize the prosecution.
Without getting specific, was he threatening, amorous? What was he like?
I'm not allowed to say. I believe that it's, that the letters were assumed to have been, love type letters.
When did you first realize the connection between the Hinckley and the letters and the Hinckley who shot the president?
Well, how many Hinkleys do you know?
Did you contact the authorities at that point?
No, I was contacted by the authorities.
How did you feel when you noticed the possible relationship?
I felt very shocked, very frightened, and very distracted.
Did you have any knowledge then that those letters were forwarded to the FBI? When was the first time you knew the FBI was involved in an investigation of the Hinckley letters?
The first time I knew that the FBI was involved was when somebody called me up and said, please come over and talk to the FBI. That was also at the same moment, I think maybe 10 minutes later, when I heard about the whole Reagan deal. I didn't.
Poems, and even showing up in New Haven hoping to meet her. But she never reciprocated. So Hinckley decided to do something drastic. Assassinate a president to win her love. His first target was President Jimmy Carter. He attended a rally in Dayton, Ohio, and was later arrested in Nashville with 3 pistols in his suitcase, but it wasn't until Reagan's presidency that Hinckley made his move. At 2:27 p.m., Hinckley fired 6 shots in just under 2 seconds. White House Press Secretary James Brady was hit in the head. D.C. Officer Thomas Delahanty was struck in the neck. Secret Service agent Tim McCarthy took a bullet to the chest. Reagan was hit by a ricocheted bullet that punctured his lung and stopped just an inch away from his heart. Reagan underwent emergency surgery and meticulously recovered, but the aftermath was profound. Brady was left permanently disabled and later became a leading advocate for gun control. Hinckley was found not guilty by reasons of insanity and confined to a psychiatric hospital for decades. His obsession with Foster was diagnosed as erotomania, a delusional belief that someone is in love with you. In 2022, after 41 years, Hinckley was released from supervision. He tweeted, "Freedom at last," but the scars of that day remain etched in history. This wasn't just an assassination attempt, guys. It was a disturbing conclusion of fame, obsession, and mental illness. And it reminds us of how fragile the line between admiration and delusion can become. Man, just a crazy, crazy story of America's most notorious simp. Guys, that's what a simp is. Someone who becomes obsessed, someone who is pursuing someone who's not interested in them. If you enjoyed this story, or if you know any other stories like this, leave those stories or links to those stories in the comments. And leave your comment about this story. I would love to hear your reactions to America's most notorious simp. Remember to subscribe to the channel for more content and turn on all post notifications so that you are aware when I make new videos. I will catch you in the next one. Peace out.